High crime, inflation, and a possible third bid for office fueled their anger. In Buenos Aires, the crowds marched towards the building that houses the seat of government. Many waved signs demanding freedom, transparency, and an end to corruption.
I'm a patriot, I'm intelligent, and I can no longer stand the lies, the corruption, the insecurity, the crooks. We traveled over 100 kilometers to be here. We protest openly, without fighting, without destroying things. This is the place to be, not sitting in front of a television. We have an opportunity, and we should show it at the polls.
Another cause for anger is the economy and galloping inflation, estimated at 25% a year. This was the second such demonstration in 2 months. It's a sure sign that the Argentinian president, who was re-elected without trouble 1 year ago, has lost the confidence of many people, especially those of the middle class. Kirchner's popularity ratings plummeted in just a few months, and her approval rating now stands at 30%.
U.S. President Barack Obama has spoken at the White House on Friday about the U.S. economy and other priorities for his second term in office. While hours before the address, CNN's Jessica Yellen gave a rundown of the issues that were likely to feature in the speech.
While the details may be sparse, President Obama did outline a second-term agenda. The first big challenge, deficit reduction.
My plan will cut the deficit by $4 trillion over the next 10 years. I'm going to cut out spending that we don't need. We've already cut $1 trillion.
Specifically, he proposed filling the nation's coffers by reforming Medicare and Medicaid and changing personal income tax rates when the Bush tax cuts expire at year's end.
I'm going to lower taxes for middle-class folks. Let's also make sure the wealthiest households pay a little bit more.
The White House has pledged to veto any bill that extends the current Bush tax rates for families making $250,000 a year or more. The president also hopes to accomplish corporate tax reform in his second term. One part of that?
I want to reward small businesses and manufacturers who are creating jobs right here in the United States of America.
The election result can only strengthen the president's resolve to accomplish the next item, immigration reform. He told Rolling Stone magazine if he won re-election, the GOP would come on board because they'll start recognizing that alienating the fastest growing segment of our society is probably not good politics for them. He won 71% of the Latino vote Tuesday. Senior Democrats tell CNN he's likely to push for comprehensive immigration reform. The overall message Democrats take from the election?
I think people expect everyone to live up to their responsibilities. And, one thing that is clear as I moved around the country with the president is they're hungry for that kind of cooperation. I hope that coming out of this election, people will come with a renewed sense of cooperation, because it'll take that to solve problems.
One of President Obama's first moves after re-election was to call House Speaker John Boehner, his chief negotiating partner, on the fiscal cliff. According to sources, the call was courteous, short, and according to one person, they discussed the need to speak carefully publicly to leave room for them to negotiate privately to reach a deal and avoid that fiscal cliff. Jessica Yellen, CNN, the White House.
Well, we now take our second break. Stay with us for more news.
Nak Mama Jey dimanche bu nekk ci GRTS ci juroom ñaari waxtu ye genn wala ci ngoon ba ci juroom ñetti waxtu yi jamono ji programme bu xew te ànd ak jamono.
Well, we now take a look at sports. Cristiano Ronaldo has admitted to CNN that he thinks his image may have acted against him when it comes to winning World Football Top Awards. Ronaldo was considered the nearest rival to Lionel Messi for the FIFA Ballon d'Or. The Real Madrid attacker sat down with CNN's Pedro Pinto.
We're approaching the end of the year, and that means the Ballon d'Or is around the corner. Be honest with me, how much do you want to win it?
A lot. This has mean a lot for me.
I spoke with some journalists who voted for the last award where I was presenting in Monaco, the European Footballer of the Year. And some of them may have voted for Messi because they like Messi more than they like you. Not the football, but the image. Do you think sometimes you're a victim of that?
I don't want to cry about that, but sometimes I think yes.
Why?
Why? It's a question that I never give 100% the right answer, because sometimes I really don't know. Maybe sometimes I agree, maybe I have bad image in a pitch because I'm too serious, I take serious, but if you really know me, if you are my friend, if you live inside my house, if you share the day with me, you will know that I hate to lose.
So when they say you're arrogant, for example, what does that make you feel?
The people who call me arrogant, most of them, I like, one day to sit with them and to have a chat with them to see which way they see that I am arrogant. Because I think they have to sit with me, to speak with me, to know who is real Cristiano.
So who is the real Cristiano?
Well, I will describe myself like I'm a friend of who is my friend. I hate to lose. I'm honest. I'm direct person.
So do you think you pay the price for being too honest then?
Yeah, sometimes yes, definitely yes. But it is part of my education.
Cristiano's education as a player is a responsibility Real Madrid manager José Mourinho has right now. I wanted to get Ronaldo's thoughts on his fellow countrymen.
Well, my relationship with him is perfect. I'm sure 100%, 200% that he's the best coach. Because he deserves, he show every country which is the best, because you win all the leagues. So, for me, the best coach is they have to show in many places, and he show.
Well, from sports, a reminder of our top stories before we go. Authorities at the Central Bank of the Gambia have revealed plans to increase the minimal capital requirement for commercial banks from $150 million to $200 million by the end of December 2012. Brikama Area Council has handed over a check for $800,000 to GAMWorks as part of the council's first counterpart contribution to the community-based infrastructure and livelihood improvement project. The United States has accused Iran of firing an unarmed American drone in the latest diplomatic wrangling between Washington and Tehran, and some 700,000 Argentines Friday took to the streets of the capital Buenos Aires and other cities, demanding an end to rising inflation, high crime rates, and corruption. Well, that's all in this edition of the news. Thanks for your time and enjoy the rest of the day.
Jammeh Foundation for Peace annual fundraising gala dinner is again slated this year to support water causes initiated by the chief patron, His Excellency Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya A.J.J. Jammeh. This year's gala dinner is slated for December the 7th, 2012 at the New Paradise Suites Hotel, Pinchami Hall. Special attraction, Sekuba Bambino and a lot of artists. Platinum table cost $60,000, diamond $50,000, gold $40,000, individual tickets $1,500. Jammeh Foundation for Peace Gala Dinner this December for a worthy cause, proudly sponsored by AfriCell.